Many larger sizes are available. Bob has Christmas cactus as low as $4.99. And listen, living potted Carolina blue sapphire Christmas trees starting at $49.99. And don't forget Christmas gift certificates. Get them for yourself when you buy for others. Come on over this week to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Daily till 4, Saturday till 3 in the same blooming holiday tradition since 1952.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person, it's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a chilly Friday morning. Going to warm up, though, to about 71, 72 degrees. Be 78 tomorrow. So back to normal temperatures tomorrow. Hey, the vaccination plan in Florida, it's being rolled out. Seniors from COVID, seniors first, vaccinate seniors that are in assisted living facilities. And there were some rules published yesterday, 2 emergency rules that require nursing homes and assisted living facilities to allow representatives from both the state health department, CVS, and Walgreens into their facilities. Governor DeSantis gave nursing home and assisted living facilities until the end of yesterday to sign up on state-supported websites to participate in the program known as Pharmacy Partnership for Long-Term Care Program. The government signed agreements in this program with CVS and Walgreens to coordinate efforts to bring vaccines to long-term care centers free of charge. These rules that the governor set yesterday are going to stay in place for 90 days. They can be extended, though. The governor does have the option to extend them. Facilities that fail to follow the rules, license can be suspended, revoked, face administrative fines. So you're gonna answer these rules. Facilities will also be required to allow representatives from the health department and pharmacy companies to enter and provide vaccinations. Receiving the shots, however, will be voluntary for residents and staff members. So there's no mandate, but you have to allow them into the nursing facilities to administer the free vaccinations if people want them. Gail Mantillo, the president of Florida Senior Living Association, told the News Services of Florida on Thursday, "We're excited about this opportunity." Mantillo, who serves on the Florida Department of Health Vaccine Advisory Task Force, said more than 90% of the 110,668 licensed living facilities had already signed up to participate in the program. They want 100%, and that's why they passed the emergency rules, according to the state. The rules follow U.S. Department of Health and Human Service Secretary Alex Azar's announcement on Wednesday that 20 million Americans could receive COVID vaccinations by the end of December. So the vaccination plans are being rolled out here in Florida and all across the country, really. And then the first level is seniors in assisted living facilities, long-term care facilities. Now, it is voluntary. They're not mandating that every senior in a long-term care facility get the vaccination here in Florida. It's voluntary for them and healthcare workers at these facilities. But, on Facebook here recently, there's been a Facebook meme that goes around that says, "I'm 100% behind vaccinations. Are you?" And it begs the question, are you going to get vaccinated or not from the COVID vaccine for the COVID vaccine? 622-9622 is the number to call to give us your opinion. I'll tell you what, I've never had a flu shot and probably will not get the COVID-19 vaccination. I don't that's just my personal thought. If you want to go get the vaccination, by all means, go get it. Looks like it's got a 95% cure rate, according to what the panel that reviewed it, that recommended the FDA approve it, said yesterday. And this one is unlike from the research I've done and from stuff I've heard from people that I've watched and I've researched, this vaccination, unlike the flu vaccination that puts a little bit of the flu virus in you and wants your body then to build antibodies against the flu, my understanding is this COVID vaccination is new technology where it actually goes in and turns off the inhibitors in your cells that would be acceptable to COVID-19. I'm going to do some more research into the vaccination, but as it stands right now, I probably won't get the vaccination. Will you? I don't think there's going to be a government mandate, although you never know with the new administration coming in if there will be a federal mandate that you have to take the vaccination. You know, there's some people that are saying that places are going to require, states are going to require to take the vaccination. If you can't prove you had the vaccination, you won't be allowed into public venues like sporting events, concerts, amusement parks. That some amusement parks may say, unless you can document that you've been vaccinated, we're not letting you in because of liability purposes. It's a slippery slope when you start mandating that people have drugs or people have vaccinations put in their body. Well, Tom, they've been doing it for school for years. I went to private school. Wasn't mandated in private school. Your parents decided. I don't think government needs to decide what is healthy or not healthy for me. Well, Tom, they're not deciding what's healthy for you. They're deciding what's healthy for the mass public. Yeah, but I have individual rights. And you don't get to trample my individual rights just because you say it helps the masses. I know, Tom, you don't, but it's about the well-being of everybody. Yeah, see, there's this pesky little thing, and I hate to bring it up. I really do. I understand that, some of you people just don't like that this gets in the way so much that, it should be, we should not listen to it because it stops the overall growth of society. But there is a pesky little thing that I want to tell you about that says my individual rights are more important than those of the masses. It's a pesky little thing called the United States Constitution. I have inalienable rights set forth by the U.S. Constitution. You can't step on those, even if it is for the greater good of the country. Oh, everybody else is better for them, not for you. Well, then you can't do it. And you know how I know that? Because in southern Georgia, South Georgia, small town South Georgia, 95, 96, 97% of the people think it's much better to have prayer at a football game. Yet most of them don't, because there's that one person that said, nope, that infringes on my rights of religious freedom. And you know what? I think prayer at high school games are good because I'm from the deep South and it's part of the tradition. But I'm okay with it not being there because it does infringe. If one person's an atheist and being subjected to Christian beliefs that they can't, say you're a football player, you have to be on the sideline or choose not to play football. That's not fair to you as an individual. So there are individual rights that can't be tramped down. So that's why I don't think a mandate will ever be something that happens that a court would stand up for in this country. 622-9622 is the number to call. Hi, caller, you got about a minute. What's going on?
Yeah, I remember the polio vaccines in the 1950s, and my parents had to sign a permission slip for me to get that polio vaccine in the school. I went to school with a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that didn't sign the permission slip. Just my memory. All right. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Religious indifference. I'm okay with that. That's one of the rights given by the U.S. Constitution. And whether you like the Constitution or not, It is the document that is the rule of law for the United States of America. Period. Whether the Democrats like it, whether the Republicans like it, whether President Donald J. Trump likes it, or President-elect Joseph Biden likes it, doesn't matter. The Constitution is law of the land. And the Constitution says the desires of many cannot outweigh the rights of one. It was ingenious how our founding fathers did that. Ingenious. And I know it keeps getting in the way of you folks that want this global pandemic to be vaccinated away. And, you know, what stops you from, after that, saying that I need a chip put in me to show that I have the vaccination? The easiest way to do that is put a chip in you so we can scan it. Yep, been vaccinated. Well, see, that's a whole different problem. There's a lot of legal wrangling coming down the line over this COVID-19 and the vaccination. Mark my words on that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have an interview with Dr. Friedland. We're going to talk about the shingles, something everybody should be aware of. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We are coming to you live from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio, just outside the food court entrance at the Paddock Mall, where Santa, he's in residence. Come see Santa. Reservations only. Right here next to the source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
1/3 of all American states and more than 100 House Republicans signed on to give their support to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's election challenge in the U.S. Supreme Court, Texas versus Pennsylvania. Members of Congress shared by untold millions of their constituents that the unconstitutional irregularities involved in the 2020 presidential election cast doubt upon its outcome and the integrity of the American system of elections. According to a study released Thursday by the Global Carbon Project, global carbon dioxide emissions fell by an estimated 7% in 2020. It's the largest fall in carbon emissions ever recorded and is largely a result of the coronavirus pandemic keeping people at home. Emissions dropped 12% in the United States, 11% in Europe. The actor that played Debo in the Friday movies franchise and former wrestler Tommy Tiny Lister has died at the age of 62. Lister was found unconscious in his home in Marina del Rey, California on Thursday afternoon. USA Radio News.
Greg Kelly Reports is breaking ratings records. It's the hit new show on Newsmax TV. President Trump was recently on Greg Kelly, and every night more than 2 million people tune in. Kelly is a former combat